our house view is that moving into next year, Brexit will certainly impact growth. I think, to follow on from your colleague, there should be some impact on consumption. Household leverage is actually reasonably high, albeit not at the levels that we saw 10 years ago. Employment is trending a little bit weaker in terms of job creation than we've seen over the course of the last few months. And from that point of view, if you've got uncertainty on the consumer side, certainly that could detract from growth. I mean, what could potentially cushion some of that growth impact is actually the sterling impact that you were just mentioning, and potentially net trade could actually help GDP growth going into next year. But certainly we've got a moderation in GDP growth in our numbers for both this year and next year.
Pierre, you did mention a weakening trend in employment. So what would this mean for wage growth? Because that's something that economists are keeping their eye on, wage growth. And also, what are your expectations for inflation?
Sure. I mean, I think the wage growth equation is very important for the UK, because also with inflation likely to still trend a little bit higher, not so much because of food or energy, where maybe some of the pass-through effects are diminishing, but largely on the back of the sterling depreciation that we've already seen. What's important about wage growth is really real wage growth. And from that point of view, the UK has been quite combative for the average consumer. So I think that we're going to continue to see real wage growth be flat to almost slightly negative in the UK. And from the point of view of a household balance sheet, that presents several challenges in terms of demand. But I think what it also does is, just in an environment where house price appreciation is, the level of yearly appreciation is declining from higher levels, the consumer's going to feel less certain than they certainly did 12 months ago.